Yeah, I want to share something about Hridaya Kamalam. Hridaya Kamalam means that lotus flower in the heart. Normally, all goddesses, they sit in the flower like lotus or any flowers you can take. Even if you don't have vigrahas like Shivaji, Kaling, or anything, you want to pray God. You just have to put one flower, small flower, and imagine the god or goddess in that, and then you can pray. So the flower has that much importance in our Vedic culture. So why I want to explain about this flowers is the Hridaya Kamalam. When you sit in front of Lord uh, and you want to pray every day, when you start chanting mantra, so the vibrations increase day by day. As you do the anushtanam properly, what happens? You're automatically you get into the meditation. In that meditative level, you can see the god or goddess, whomever you're chanting or you're doing the mantra ucharana every day. So that same god goddess you will visualize in your bro chakra first, that is third eye chakra. As you are visualizing the god or goddess in your third eye chakra, that reaches your heart. As it reaches your heart, that means you start seeing the light in your heart chakra, and slowly you can see the lotus petals start falling one after the other. You can see, actually, you can visualize the before you see the god or goddess properly, you'll first see the lotus. As it starts blooming, the completely once it get bloomed, in the sense it opens up, you can actually see the divine light in that. And that particular light you can't see with your naked eye unless you see with your own inner soul, and that light only you can experience that. This all comes as you do the chanting properly. When you do the chanting of mantra of any god goddess from the root chakra to the crown, every day when you do it, the vibrations start moving so beautifully. And as you are doing it, your eyes automatically get closed because you're actually visualizing each chakra one god. So, in Hindu mythology, I must not say Hindu mythology, I must say Vedic mythology, in our culture, our ancient gurus always taught us how to go about the mantra japa. See, there is difference between smarana and mantra japa. Smarana is 24 by 7. One can do the smarana. So that doesn't come under mantra japa. Why? Because that doesn't really go into your root chakra to the crown. It's 24 by 7. You can do that smarana anytime. So this is easy, and our ancient guru says in Kali Yuga this works. So when you come to mantra japam, it's 100% people will take the mantra from gurus, any guru. So when the guru gives you mantra, you will be taught how to protect yourself before you start doing the mantra japam. So when you sit in one place, you should continuously sit in the same place for doing mantra. You should not change. So when you start doing the mantra japam, there are certain rules like dharana. There are so many rules. So, but easiest words I want to use so that you can understand very well. So when you start chanting the bija mantra, say, let us see, Haim, Him, Kleem. So Haim, Him, Kleem. So these three are the bija mantras of goddess. Okay. When you start saying Aim, so it comes from the root chakra, and you can really feel that chanting from root chakra. So every time when you do the same type of chanting, so one can reach to the bro chakra, that is third eye chakra. Once you reach there, you can actually visualize before you actually see the goddess. You can visualize the goddess, how she looks, how beautifully she looks. So once you visualize the goddess, it will start reaching your heart. when you start doing the chant, mantra japam continuously, the vibrations will help you so beautifully. Then when it comes to Hridaya Kamalam, this is all experience. I'm not saying this is happens and I'm not reading a book and I'm not explaining anything. I'm just saying with experience. So when you can start seeing your own goddess from within your heart chakra, that is where your platform is. So you will actually see the bliss. And you don't have to tell other person what mantra you are chanting every day or what mantra you are doing japam every day. The other person will automatically identify the god goddess whomever you are doing the prayers, because the other person is equally the same person who is doing the chanting of his own god, his own god whom he visualizes. See, ultimately, what I want to tell you is every God is one. All God is one. All the way of doing the reaching the destination, in many ways, but you will reach the destination once you do your own sadhana. So the Bij mantra will start from the root chakra to the crown, and there you'll visualize your entire ball, and the light of the ball is filled with light. So this is how you will automatically feel. Now let us talk about flower. So the Swarna Kamalam is the one which you have to reach once you keep doing the chanting for years and years. So once you get that light, this light is useful for the universe. You can do wonders with this light. So you can heal many people. You can do beautiful things with many people. Any help you want to do for others in healing, you can do this. It's a very useful way of doing mantra japam. It's very easy. If you do chanting like smarana, you can do every day for your own benefit. That smarana doesn't really help you or help others to heal. That is basically we surrender ourselves in mantra japam. I just wanted to share my experience in this. Hope you all will get some information with my talk. Jai Hind. Dhanyavad.